Hey y'all, hey, happy Saturday. It is Saturday, right? Anyway, welcome to TKTV. I'm your host, Tracy Knight. I put the TK in TKTV. I hope everybody's having a great day, a great weekend. Weather's pretty nice up here in the DMV, so a little windy, little chill to it, but nice cool 60-something degree weather with wind gusts of over 45 to 50 degrees per hour. You know how they say it. But I'm not a weatherman. But it looks good. And it felt pretty good out there this morning. So I've been out. So if this is your first time here, no, honey, no. You're not lost. You're in the right place because it is time for the Ozempic update. But again, if you're new, go ahead, sit back, relax, get your questions ready. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because you're in the right place. I was just babbling on as I tend to do. It's been a minute, so I thought I'd check in with you guys just to see how you're doing and to bring you up to date on what's going on in Tracy's world as far as the Ozempic thing. Now, I know I'm not the only one, and I said it a lot, right? I know I'm not the only one who has now seen a plethora of issues or comments or theories about what's going on with taking Ozempic, and even Wegovy has been mentioned. I myself have been doing it since January of last year, 23. So I've been on it for at least a year and some. And there's been people who've been on a little bit longer because, like I said in one of my other videos, I'm new to this. But it's been a while. It's been around for a while. But like I said, I'm not the only one. But the things that I'm hearing about Ozempic, worries me, makes me, gives me a little bit of concern. And I'm going to put a pin in that one because I'm going to tell you what my biggest concern is. But I'm going to tell them. They have ideas as to how Ozempic can help in a good way with memory, with addictions, whether it be alcohol, drugs, addictions. There's something in it with the brain effect that not only, does what it does when it's Ozempic, but it helps in those different areas as well. They're still studying it, I'm sure, but, they're throwing these little nuggets out there to let us know this is what we're doing and this is what we're doing it with. Because we all take Ozempic, or at least we should be taking Ozempic because we're type 2 diabetics. I am. And it is prescribed, as well as Mounjaro is prescribed for type 2 diabetics to help lower their A1C and their blood sugar levels. But, one of the side effects, and I don't know if I want to even call it a side effect. I want to say benefits to taking Ozempic and Mounjaro. Even though it's not prescribed for weight loss can be, might be a benefit to taking it, because even though the majority of people on Wegovy tend to lose weight, should I say fact? But it happens, okay? But it also happens that there are quite a few people who don't lose any weight on it. Now, do their numbers go down? Yes, the A1C is lowering. The glucose levels are lowering. That's what it was prescribed for, and it's working. But there are some people who don't lose any weight at all. And they're wondering, what's wrong? Am I taking it wrong? Am I taking the wrong dose? And on the dose, I'm not even going to tell you to put a pin in it. I read somewhere on one of the Facebook groups, and I'm not sure how true this is because was not my post. It was a post of someone else who said that her doctor immediately started her on 2 milligrams. Right? I'm like, what? Wait. I myself had a little bit of a hiccup when I transitioned from 0.25 to 0.5 because we did it too soon. I can only imagine what her side effect issues or what levels they were on at 2 milligrams the very first time you take it. Now, I don't know. Maybe she was one of the ones that could take it at 2 milligrams because I'm sure her doctor knows best for her. At least we trust our doctors to know best for us, right? But a lot of us in the group were like side-eyeing going, you might want to get a second opinion, another doctor or something, because that's a little too high. But then again, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on YouTube, and I'm definitely not her doctor. So I'm hoping they got that all sorted out, because some of us who did it the right way are going through these side effects wondering why, Lord, why? And that's on my pen that the one we stuck there. And if you're still here, I love y'all. Go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. And if you got a comment, a concern, what did you hear about Ozempic? Let me know, because like I said, I'm not the only one. And I do this and have been doing this simply because I want to share my journey, because I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. There's somebody out there who's wondering the same thing that I'm wondering. We may not be going through the exact same steps or taking the exact same steps, but we're taking the same vehicle, Ozempic, to get to that level of either maintenance with our type 2 diabetes or getting rid of it. But we're all on Ozempic and we're trying to get there. Okay, so let me roll back to the side effects and the benefits. Ozempic is prescribed, like I said, to type 2 diabetics to lower their A1C and their glucose levels, right? The side effects, the known side effects, the most common side effects are nausea, my girl nausea, vomiting, I call her devomity. There's diarrhea. I'm just going to call her D. I mean, I just can't even think of a cute name for her. Constipation. Ain't really had that. I'm not trying to. And a few others. Some exhaustion, some headaches, okay? And some people will lose weight. The majority of people on Ozempic will lose weight. And it's become such a must-have drug because some of our superstars, our celebrities, our dream folk are taking it and saying how they've lost weight on it. So now even if you're not a type 2 diabetic, you run into your doctor and say, hey, I got to get that weight loss drug that's so-and-so and such and so because they lost weight. Can't tell you what to do. I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I can tell you that requests like that cause a problem for those of us who are type 2 diabetics, who the medicine was actually prescribed for, because we have now back orders, out of stock, things of that nature. Not to mention the insurance companies are really tightening the little noose. Can I say that? They're really being diligent on prescribing the medicine, because at one point they were, some doctors, not all, okay, I got to really be careful about how I say these things, okay? Some doctors, not all, were prescribing Ozempic off-brand, right? It's not because they were diabetic, because they wanted to lose weight. Do you, boo, do you. But they've kind of tightened up on that as it's become a problem for those who need it, and those who don't, you're just trying to lose a couple of pounds. I'm not going to tell you how to lose a couple of pounds. For some people, it might be as easy as cutting their hair, or it might just having a good cleanse. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's become a problem for those of us who need it, because we can't get it now where we were able to go through our insurance with no problem. We've got to jump through 101 hoops, lined in fire, to get the medicines that we need to help maintain or I lost my word, but y'all know, take care of yourselves as a diabetic, okay? So it's an issue. Wegovy, and I want to say Zepbound. Zepbound might be something that's similar to Ozempic. I really need to do my research on that one, so I'm not really sure. But I do know that Wegovy is a drug that is prescribed for those who want to lose weight, because it targets those who are medically, clinically obese and need to lose weight. Okay, now I know that there's some people who are pre-diabetic who were on Wegovy, want to switch to Ozempic and everything else like that, and that's fine. Again, please see your doctor with any and all concerns that you may have regarding your health, your issues, and your interest in trying these, what they call them in the news, weight loss drugs that are on the market today. Okay, just know that they are pharmaceutical companies are rushing to increase the stock in Ozempic and Mounjaro, because I'm not sure how they're suffering so much, but it might be an issue, so that we can all get the medicine that we need. They're coming up with different ones, like I said, like Zepbound or Zepbound. pound. Either one, they're trying to address the issue and make it so that everybody can get what they need, and some at different levels of payment. It is what it is. Insurance companies are just being real brutal about just giving it out all willy-nilly now. So you've got to be really, really cognizant. And I'm hoping that those who really need it can really get it. Now, I've seen the articles that say what you can and cannot eat. And I think that's just like a duh moment. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the things that say you can and cannot eat while on Ozempic were probably the same foods you shouldn't have been eating anyway as a type 2 diabetic. If you know, you know. Okay. Then there is like I said, the insurance issue. Trying to get it now is harder, even for those who need it. But what has recently gotten to, they were saying, I saw an article, and I usually try to print them out. But I saw an article where they were asking the question as people, is the Ozempic not working anymore? Has anyone run into that? Now, I thought to myself, I said, Self, and Self said, huh? And I'm like, let me talk to you for a minute. She said, okay. So I'm like, originally, I started at 0.25. I went to 0.5, after there was a little bit of a hiccup there. And then I went to 1 milligram. And I was starting to get my Ozempic through my VA, right? So I'm like, okay. And then it went out of stock. Like everybody else, the VA was not immune to, back orders, out of stock issues, okay? So I went down to 0.5, back down to 0.5. And I'm like, okay. And I started noticing some differences while taking 0.5, because we all know that, we should know. So if you're new here, grab a piece of paper. This much I do know, okay? And if I'm wrong, please feel free to drop something in the comments so that our newbies here will know exactly what's going on. Ozempic has, what it does is it goes in and it makes you feel full faster for longer periods of time, right? It slows down that whole digestion through your stomach. So you feel fuller. I used to say you could, because I was actually eating grapes, trying to eat healthy. You could eat said grape and feel full for like 5 hours, okay? Because it's taking its time digesting. So your brain is like, oh, you're done. You don't want to eat that whole burger. You're not going to eat that whole hot dog. I am craving hot dogs, y'all, just so you know. Haven't had one, but I'm craving. And you feel, fuller longer. And that's fine, which I guess will help with the weight loss, because if you're not, shoveling your face in with a lot of calories and fat, fat-heavy foods, then you're going to lose the weight eventually, especially if you throw that whole exercise thing in, okay? Which I have been doing better on. Thank you very much. And we can talk about that later if I remember it. So Ozempic helps you feel fuller, longer, and faster. Great. So your brain's already telling you don't need to eat all that. So it also helps you get into a habit of smaller portions, even if it's the food that you just must have, okay? If you're going to have Taco Tuesday, you're not eating 4 tacos anymore. You're eating 1.5, if that, okay? And side dishes, forget it. So you're incorporating a lot of healthier foods in, because if you're going to eat and you're going to feel full faster, you might as well not waste the whole Taco Tuesday on a taco. Taco. So you're eating more fruits, more vegetables, more protein, okay? And again, throwing in some exercise, right? So that really helps going along the way to help lower those A1Cs and those glucose levels, okay? That's one thing that Ozempic is doing. And like I said, those side effects, the nausea, the vomiting, the diarrhea. Ain't nobody try to eat like that. No, I don't want any food. I find that I'm eating a lot less. And even though I've had to transition back to 0.5, I've kind of plateaued now, so that the differences that I was noticing, where when I went back down to 0.5, I was hungry, if you will, because of 2 things. I'm hungry. And number 2, even when I want to eat, I'm still not eating everything. So it's a waste of food. Okay. And And I tried the little kids meal, thing from McDonald's. I thought it was a great idea because I'm not eating the Big Mac, the double quarter pounder with cheese, which was my favorite, a cheeseburger. But they don't put enough pickles on the thing. And then when you say give me extra pickles, okay, they went from 2 to 3 pickles. That ain't extra pickles. Okay, that's pickles with pickle juice, if you ask me. So, and I'm still not eating all the fries. It fills me up, but it doesn't satisfy me, right? So you gotta find your happy medium with your smaller portions. But I was hungry all the time. And then I had a mood swing because it's like I'm so tired of not being able to eat what I want to eat when I want to eat it, enjoy it. I mean, you can put my favorite meal or meals in front of me, and I'm looking at it like, but I ain't gonna be able to eat all of it, and the satisfaction is gone. Okay, and this was ramping it up. Not to mention that the weight was creeping up. Right. I'm like, okay. So I talked to my endo, who was working with me through a telehealth work program. I told you guys about that. She said, don't worry about the weight. You're good because your numbers are good. You're still within range, which is a great thing. That is the main reason I started on the Ozempic in the first place. I wanted to bring those numbers down. I've said it once, I'll say it twice, I've said 101 times, and I'll say it again. I got things to do. I got kids who's got kids, and I want to be around for everything. I don't want to miss a thing because grandma can't get up and walk to the next room. I don't want that. I don't want my diabetes to be the issue that holds me back from living. Okay? All right? I want to be somebody who I'm alive, but I got type 2 diabetes. I don't want to be a diabetic who's just barely living. I ain't trying to do that. So that's why I got on Ozempic. So my numbers within range, doing good. They go up accordingly when I just had dinner, whatever. And I try to keep it within the 2 hours when I check it again. But it's within range. My endocrinologist is happy with that right now, especially now that we've gone down to 0.5 milligrams of Ozempic. My A1C, it was going down. I mean, I think it got low as like 6.9 or right up under 7. But now it's back at 7.5, 7.7. While she's like, that's okay. And we need to just modify a few things. Okay. I'm not really happy with that. And I want to contribute that to the fact that I'm at 0.5 and 0.1 because while it is still Ozemping, at 1 milligram, it really Ozemps. Okay? And I'm not as hungry as often. I'm satisfied with the very little bit. The numbers still going down, but I can see a real difference. And I'm going to tell her right now, this whole weighing in every day because of the telework program, not my thing. But I've started to become a habit because, anything you do more than 21 days consistently becomes a habit. Okay, so I've been doing the weigh-in thing. And my weight has been between 225 and 228. 225 and 228. But when I started 0.5, I was at 220. Looking forward to going into my 2 teens. Okay? We ain't even close. And I'm trying not to make it a factor because my endocrinologist says everything else is working the way it should be with a little modification. And some of those modifications include exercise. I have a walk app. Because I have arthritis, that's not an excuse, it's just a reason. I don't run, but I could do a good brisk walk. And I have my treadmill downstairs, dusted off, not being used for a hanger. Okay. So I've been incorporating that, at least getting 3 good walks in a week. I'm not going to lie and say I do it every day. That'd be a lie. Okay. I'm doing what I know I can, and I'm pushing myself to do a little more because I know I can do 1 to 2, but I push myself to do 3 times a week walking, trying to bust out at least 7,000 to 10,000 steps every day. It is what it is. But I'm doing good at it, and I'm proud of me. So if you're doing something that is helping you reach your goals, whether it's weight-wise, exercise, anything else like that, go you. Celebrate each and every little, no matter how little you think it is, every victory, celebrate it. Celebrate it because it's yours and you have a right to celebrate. Okay. Now, again, if you haven't already done so, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe because I want to get this out. The more I found out, because I'm not an influencer, But I found out the more people who like and share this video or any of the other videos, it kind of broadens the horizon. It kind of opens up the little, I like French doors, kind of opens up the French doors a little wider so that more people can come in and enjoy the content. So go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. I love you so much. And I think here's the big pen. Here's the big pen that we've been setting out to the side. Another one of the articles that I said, well, people said it stopped working. It made me think: has that been what's going on with me? That I've plateaued because I'm eating less. I believe me when I say I'm eating less. Am I eating perfectly? I would be lying to you guys and said no. I went from eating meat to being a vegan. No, okay. I still like certain foods. I just can't eat them all. I can't eat all of it. But I am more conscious about what I'm eating when I go to work, when I have something for lunch, when I eat for dinner. And again, dinner is my biggest meal. Okay, it's my biggest challenge meal. But I figure out of one of the meals of the day, I've got to eat something that I enjoy eating. But I've been eating better, incorporating healthier foods. I'm exercising so much so that the hubs is noticing. Yep, he's noticing. And my clothes are fitting differently. Okay. So I had to start shopping, y'all. I had to start shopping. Okay. Things are those things. The good things are happening. But it's like I'm still gaining weight, losing inches. My A1C has kind of flatlined at 7.5, 7.6. My in-range numbers are somewhere between 160 and 180. And I want them to go lower. I mean, I don't want it too low. I ain't trying to have blood sugar level that's too low. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's not working anymore because I get the cravings for chocolate. I get strong cravings for chips. I was going to show you guys, but in true honesty, but because I had some hot Cheetos. I hate the whole bag, but the bag was the small bag, not the big bag. So I've done, those cravings, and I can't fight them, and at least it's just too much to fight them. It's easier to just get one of those, Ghirardelli squares or whatever, and have a couple of those to satisfy that chocolate urge versus a whole candy bar. I haven't had a whole candy bar in months. So those are my little treats to myself. But I feel as if I had to be honest, is it working? I guess. If the doctor asked me, do you think your Ozempic is working? If you'd asked me a couple of months ago, before I went down to 0.5, I probably would be like, oh yeah, it's working. It's working. I'm hardly ever hungry. I barely do this because that's the way it was. I get up, have some breakfast, maybe a shake, a protein shake, the Premier Protein, chocolate peanut butter one. That's my fave. Some coffee, and I'm good till lunch. I can eat a salad, barely finish the salad. I'm still barely finishing the salad. And like I said, dinner was the biggest challenge. And I would say, oh no, it's working. The Ozempic is Ozemping, doing what it's supposed to do. And the numbers seem to be going down, including the weight. Now, I don't want to make it all about the weight, but that's what I noticed first, right? Because I get on this stupid scale every day. But now it's like the scale is not, it's not giving weight loss. The cravings and eating, although they're still small portions, I'm noticing that I'm getting past that. Oh, you guys know, we were talking about it, that one more bite. Newbies, if you're new to this, ignore that. Oh, I can take one more bite, because that could be disastrous to your stomach, your bathroom, and everything else like that. And where I used to say, ignore the bite, now it's like, I'm going to take one more bite. And then I take one more bite. You know what I'm saying? Until I get to a point where it's like, okay, I really can't take one more bite. And that has ramped up. So I'm like, is it still working? Is it only because I'm at 0.5? Has anybody gone down from one dosage to a lower dosage and found that their hunger has increased, their cravings have ramped up, the food noise is louder and so much harder to ignore? Please put it in the comments, because like I said, I know I'm not by myself. Okay. So let me know, and have you found a way to combat that? All right, can you? I know, go in there and get something healthy to snack on and everything else like that. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When I'm downstairs in my bedroom, it is downstairs in my bedroom, and I live on a split level, so I have to go upstairs to get to the kitchen and get to the refrigerator to get something healthy to snack on. I ain't doing that. So then I go to bed and I'm hangry. Or true transparency, if the hubs is working late and he's coming home, said, "What'd you eat for dinner?" Well, I ate this. Well, I'm gonna stop at Taco Bell. Grab me a couple of tacos. Doesn't happen very, very often, but it has happened. And since I've been on the 0.5, okay? So I don't know. Am I kind of falling on the side of, well, maybe it stopped working because there are studies or people who are starting to believe that they've been on Ozempic for a while now and it just seems to be not working. Is that a thing? Am I the only one who thinks that it's not working? Well, I'm not the only one because, of course, I read it somewhere. But is there anybody else out there? Anybody here in the TK family who is on Ozempic and has been on Ozempic and is feeling like now it's just not doing the thing? Maybe it's not as strong as it was. I don't know. Is it due because of a dosage decrease or is it just not working? That's my biggest thing. Is it not working? And I would hate to continue to take this drug and it not work. So I do have an appointment with my endocrinologist so that we can address this. Because I feel that being at the lower dosage is what it is because I've gotten myself up to a certain point. But if not, do I need to stay on Ozempic? Can we, I don't know. I know Rybelsus is the pill form of Ozempic. Or do we need, what I don't want is to go on insulin. And what I don't want is to continue to gain weight or stay the weight I'm at. I'm not really happy with, no, not at all. Even with the exercise. But if it's not working, I don't want to take it. I don't want to take it if it's not working. Now, if it's working, it's just something right here in the mind. Yeah. Then, okay, let me know this. But if it's really not working, and then, you can look in my blood or look at my weight or whatever and figure it out it's not, then I'd like to know that. Wouldn't you? Come on. Who wants to take medicine, not alone pay for that medicine? Okay? For those who have to pay for it. And then it's not working. It just, good. Okay? All right, before I start, go vent and everything else like that. I'm going to just leave that alone. Side note, I will say, I think in video number 8, somewhere between 8, 9, and 10, when we're talking about weird dreams, well, they're back. I'm not going to go into the dreams on this video. I'm just like, I'm trying to keep a record of how often I've started to have them. And they're weird. They are weird, but they are kind of coming back. And I'm thinking, is that a thing? Oh, I don't know. It's a lot going on, y'all. And then it seems like nothing at all. So I'm going to get off of here. I hope that I was able to open up some windows or doors, springtime, let the fresh air in, to some questions or concerns that you might have with your Ozempic journey, something you might want to address with your doctor, because I'm what? Not a doctor on YouTube, okay? These are some of the things I'm going to address with mine. So maybe these are some things you might want to talk to your endocrinologist or your primary care or whomever has put you on Ozempic. You might want to talk about those things. So I'm going to get off and I'm going to have some fish. I'm going to broil it, maybe. I ain't going to lie. And I will have some macaroni and cheese. And my husband says that's an odd combination, but that's what I'm kind of wanting to eat. And somebody's vegetable. I did schnosh on some grapes, and like I said, I ate the Cheetos, but that's what I had for lunch, and I'm extremely full, so I'm not even rushing to cook because I'm not really hungry at this point. And of course, I'm still drinking water, and I forget what flavor this one is. I think it's strawberry. Hold on. Strawberry lemonade. Circle bottle. They've got some great flavors. You guys got to get it, especially if you're not a big water drinker. That will help. So in the meantime, in between time, until I see you guys again, take care of yourself. Enjoy this beautiful weekend. Let me know what's going on with you guys. Because like I said, I don't want to come here every week saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But when, some things do pop up, I want to share those with you. But of course, I'm sharing with you. I would love for you to share with me. So take care of yourself. Know that I love you. Know that I'm here. And I'll see you next week right here on TKTV. Bye.